Since the return to the north after the defeat at Red Cliff in early 209 AD to the end of 210 AD, which is a full 2 years, Cao Cao's previous career of non-stop expedition from north to south seems to have ended. During this period, Zhou Yu attacked Jiangling, Sun Quan besieged Hefei, Liu Bei borrowed Nanjun, and Bu Ju pacified Jiao Zhou. Both Sun and Liu were desperately expanding their territory, while Cao Cao chose to be passive in his defense, and even watched indifferently. During this period, although he had also drilled the navy, touring Hefei, but overall still mainly to recuperate, to regain the morale, soothe the psychological trauma of defeat, dispel the shadow of the epidemic, recuperate the tired people's livelihood. Cao Cao understood that at this point, in the face of the strong Sun-Liu alliance, he was no longer able to attack the south for the time being, so he set his sights on Liangzhou in the west. Liangzhou is also known as the Guanlong. Guan means Guanzhong, and Long means Long Mountain. The eastern side of the Long Mountains is known as Longdong, and the western side is often referred to as Longyou, also known as Longxi, hence the combined name Guanlong region. This area is vast, remote and multi-ethnic, so it is very easy to create a warlord. Especially the Guanzhong plain is easy to defend and difficult to attack. Guanzhong means inside the passes. The reason why it is called Guanzhong is because in the 4 directions of east, west, north and south, there is a majestic pass in each direction, that is, Xiao Pass to the north, San Pass to the west, Tong Pass to the east and Wu Pass to the south. As long as these 4 passes were secured, it would be difficult to enter the Guanzhong plain even if there were thousands of soldiers. The function of Xiao Pass was mainly to prevent the cavalry of the Xiongnu, Xianbei and other nomads from the north entering Guanzhong by Jing River. Sun Pass was the throat for entering Guanzhong from Hanzhong by Chen Song Road, when Han Xin, openly repairing the road, secretly crossing the Chensong. It is from the Sun Pass through into the Guanzhong plain, and later Cao Cao conquered Zhonglu, Zhuge Liang's second northern expedition to surround the Chensong. They are all going through the Sun Pass. Wu Pass in the south is the road from the Nanyang Basin into Guanzhong, when the Emperor Qin Shi Huang's eastern tour, and Liu Beng conquered the Qin, are going through the Wu Pass. Later, Huang Chao in the end of Tang Dynasty, and Li Zicheng in the end of Ming Dynasty, were also out of the Wu Pass, and marched into the Central Plains. The most important of these passes is undoubtedly the Tong Pass in the east. Since the Yellow River out of the Dragon Gate, the river becomes wider, from north to south, but in the reaching the Fengling Ferry, near the Qinling Mountains will be blocked, and the north is blocked by the Zhongtiao Mountains. So it is between the 2 mountains turn to flow east. After years of scouring and erosion, both sides of the river has long been covered with horizontal and vertical trenches. Pedestrians cannot pass. Only on the south bank, there is a more gentle narrow channel for carriages and horses through. This is the ancient road of Xiaohan, is the connection between Chang'an and Luoyang. The shortest path from the Central Plains, hinterland into the Guanzhong plain. This is why it has been a place of war since ancient times, and the Hangu Pass, the gateway of Qin during the Warring States period, is situated on the steep Xiaohan ancient road. To the north of Hangu Pass is the Yellow River. This section of the river has a large drop in elevation from west to east, and the current is so swift that it is difficult for boats to sail upstream. To the south of Hangu Pass is the impenetrable Qinling Mountains, so if you want to enter Guanzhong from the Central Plains, this 15-mile-long deep valley becomes a must. The road in the valley is narrow. At the narrowest point 2 carriages cannot be avoided face to face. The majestic Hangu Pass is situated at the entrance of the valley, and if you want to attack the pass you have to take the risk of forcibly crossing the Hongnong River first. The area from the river bank to the front of the pass was not enough for the army to spread out, so the allied forces of the 6 states attacked Qin several times, and each time they arrived at the bottom of the Hanggu Pass, they had to look up to the sky and sigh longingly. Qin only needed to use a small number of elites to guard the pass, and could easily use the Guanzhong Plain, which produced more than half of the world's grain, to fight against the 6 states to the eastern of Xiao Mountain. Later, when Liu Beng led his troops into Guanzhong at the end of the Qin dynasty, it was because he was afraid of the Hanggu Pass, that he went around to the southern Wu Pass to enter Guanzhong on the advice of Zhang Liang. However, at the end of the Han dynasty, the water level of the Yellow River fell, and a large part of the riverbed was exposed, so that the army could make a detour along the riverbank to enter Guanzhong, so Hanggu Pass lost its original role, thus being replaced by Tong Pass to the west. The geographic location of the Tong Pass is very similar to the Hanggu Pass, which is also stuck on the necessary route to enter Guanzhong via the ancient road of Xiaohan. But compared to the Hanggu Pass, which if one man guards the pass, 10,000 cannot get through, the Tong Pass can be circumvented. Upon arrival, the army could cross by boat from Fengling Ferry to the north bank of the river, then go north and cross the Yellow River once more from Puban to enter Guanzhong. The same fate as the Hanggu Pass, by the time of the Tang dynasty, along with the continuous decline of the river level, the riverbed under the Tong Pass wall was once again exposed, so that the army could enter Guanzhong directly along the riverbank without having to attack the pass. So Wu Zetian abandoned the old Tong Pass, and instead built a new one against the riverbank. But even so, the Tong Pass could still be circumvented. At the end of the Tang dynasty, when Huang Chao led an uprising army to the bottom of the pass, he ordered a troop to go around the pass from the Forbidden Valley to the back of the pass, then attacked the pass from the front and back, and conquered it. Once the Tong Pass was lost, the Guanzhong Plain was wide open, and there were no more fortresses to defend, so the rebels entered Chang'an with ease. Therefore, although attacking the Tong Pass is risky, but there is not the kind of Hanggu Pass in the Qin dynasty, whether it can successfully block the enemy. The ability of the generals guarding the pass requires a higher level of competence. Since its construction at the end of the Han dynasty, the Tong Pass has undergone dozens of battles of various sizes and has become famous. The battle between Cao Cao and Ma Chao in 211 AD was both the first major battle since its construction, and which made the pass famous. Since then, Han Sui, Ma Chao, and the rest of the rebel forces have been expelled, and Cao Cao himself has made the transition from a courtier to a monarch.